name is Jacob Boyd, and I'll be presenting to you today the San Jose Sharks versus the Las Vegas Golden Knights preseason game number 5 review of last night's game. Before getting into the game, I wanted to let all the Sharks fans know some exciting news that the San Jose Sharks have signed the Quentin Musty, our first round pick, 26th overall in the 2023 NHL draft. This is super exciting news. This means that he's going to be signed, or he has signed his 3-year entry-level contract. He still is in Sharks camp, and they haven't sent him to Sudbury just yet, which is very surprising, but it looks like Coach Quinn loves what he's doing and really wants him to stay up and work with the mostly NHL squad that's left in camp. It's really cool to see. If you wanted to go ahead and check out the article on the San Jose Sharks, Quentin Musty, it'll be posted on my Twitter account at Hello Sharks Fans. So you could check that out there. I would have to assume that he would be sent back to Sudbury pretty soon, though, to get the reps with his team that's really already started playing OHL games already this year. So look for that to happen pretty shortly. But I do look forward to, tracking Quentin Musty throughout the season with the Sudbury Wolves, and really just super happy. And I just wanted to congratulate Quentin Musty myself on this podcast, even though he's probably not going to be watching. But it looks like he'll be in the NHL sooner rather than later, Sharks fans. So, I'll watch out for what he does with the Sudbury Wolves this season, and then, talk about more and do, next year's training camp where he'll be. But going back to, or transitioning back to the matchup here last night with, the Sharks versus the Las Vegas Golden Knights, you'll notice that the Sharks came out, for much of the first period, rolling all 4 lines and really, just working hard in all 3 zones. It felt to me like every guy on the Sharks, roster was or not roster, but in the Sharks lineup last night was battling for, a roster spot. Whether it was, Philip Zadina trying to get a top role with the Sharks, or whether it was William Eklund and Thomas Bordeleau trying to make the team out of camp, all the way to like the Giovanni Smiths and the 4th line players such as, Fabian Zetterland and Oscar Lindblom. But all these players are trying to make a statement for, why Coach Quinn should, keep them, for the 23-man roster and keeping them up with the NHL club. Then you have the defenseman who probably took, some spotlight away from all the forwards, was the D pairing and how well they played tonight. What I, watched was simply, impressive by every individual D-men out there tonight or last night. And all the players played well in their role, and they played above expectation. I will individually go over each of those guys later on, but I would, be doing these guys a disservice if I didn't give them the recognition for their play last night. Then you had the goaltending in Kaapo Kähkönen last night. Wasn't tested a whole lot, but made some really tough saves in high danger scoring areas, and he made every single, one of them look almost effortless. Really was impressed by Kähkönen's game tonight. And, this one was, or as he looks for, a fresh start for the regular season, was a really impressive win for him, and a good, stepping stone for what has to come for the start of the regular season. Looking at the forward lines and how each play tonight, though, starting with the top line in Zadina, Sturm, and Barabanov, I thought, this line was, it was really good, actually. He got off to I thought Zadina got off to a good start in the game. He got on the score sheet with the secondary assist on the McDonald goal. Sturm was physical and always puts his hard hat on. Barabanov had some impressive shifts where he carries the puck and has the puck on his stick for long periods of time, but just trying to create some offense. I would have liked him to get a shot on net in those opportunities, but, he had a pretty decent game for that matter. Line number 2 was the Baby Shark line. That had William Eklund, Thomas Bordelot, and Quentin Musty. Obviously, this is the line every Sharks fan wanted to see, and it delivered. Eklund worked hard all night long on the Bordelot goal. He basically had a no-look behind the net pass to the side of the goal, where Bordelot deposited in the back of the net rather like easily for kind of an in-tight shot, which was nice to see. Highly impressed by these two tonight, as I felt were the best forwards on the ice. Then you wrap it up with Quentin Musty, where I thought had a great under-the-radar game. He was physical along the boards with a nice hit. I believe it was on his first shift of the night. Then later in the game, had a nice move where he was straddling the blue line, offensive blue line, and went right around the defender's stick check, and then made a nice inside move, getting by another stick check from a second defender, but eventually had a shot blocked by a third defender. You would hope that he would get that on net, but, he was kind of just dangling out there, which was nice to see. And he got by a lot of them. So either way, you see some stick handling and patience with the puck that I only personally see from, say, like a Barabanov on the Sharks. But, Musty provided a glimpse of what he can bring to the table. And I'm very excited what kind of encore he can bring to the Sudbury Wolves after having a deep run to the Sharks camp this year. Moving on to line number 3 was Oscar Lindblom, Jacob Peterson, and Fabian Zetterland. Probably the most important line group tonight, where those guys basically are battling it out for one of the NHL spots that's remaining. I thought Oscar Lindblom was the worst Shark on the ice tonight, or last night, I should say, where he got beat along the boards in the defensive zone. The Knights player just moved his feet and got body position on Lindblom and drove the net hard and got a point-blank opportunity and almost a rebound in that kind of mix, and almost deposited a home past Kakkonen. And that was all because of, Lindblom losing his battle along the boards and in front of the net. So I'm not impressed by his game at all tonight. Then I really didn't see much of him in the offensive zone either. So I just hate to, say it, because he's, battled so much with, cancer and whatnot. And he just did not have a great game. He did not have a great season last year either. Just really wondering what's going to happen with Oscar Lindblom, at the end of training camp. I thought Jacob Peterson played okay. Not great, not horrible. I thought he stole the puck on the forecheck a few times, but which was nice to see. But other than that, just really played defensively, and didn't notice him getting any offensive zone creativity or getting any scoring chances for that matter. Lastly on this line was Fabian Zetterland. I really didn't notice him much at all tonight. Played a defensive style hockey, and in the offensive zone, he keeps getting his shot blocked for some reason. His shot is actually sneaky good, but he never gets it off for some reason. It's like he holds onto the puck too long and waits, for a defender to get close enough to block it. But either way, I thought this line was the worst line of the night, and it had the most implications. So really rather disappointing, to be honest. Now, line number 4, you had Giovanni Smith, Ryan Carpenter, and Justin Bailey. I really thought Smith had a good game tonight, physical and hard-nosed in the corners, and also got a few turnovers in the slot area where he got I think 2 shots on net from it. He eventually got a 10-minute game misconduct, which I thought wasn't the right call. If you watched it back, sure, he kind of ragdolled the Vegas player, but the other guy came in with a high cross check to the neck area on Smith, and then Smith was just calm, then noticed he wasn't gonna get a penalty on the other player from the Vegas Golden Knights, so he then began to ragdoll the Vegas Golden Knights player. The guy fell, got back up. Smith gave him a couple punches to the face with his glove on. So either way, good game by Smith. Didn't think he deserved that game misconduct, though. I thought Carpenter played his brand of hockey. Doesn't wow you with offensive, upside or play, but he plays that rough and tough, physical, grinded out game, and that's just what you will get with him. And you hope that he's made an NHL career out of doing this, and maybe he gets an opportunity, but I don't think it's going to be here with the start of camp or the start of the regular season. I mean, you might see him get called up eventually for that type of game if it warrants it versus a certain team. But I loved how the guys played. Expect Coach Quinn to bring this guy up and at some point in the season as well for Justin Bailey. Justin Bailey, really uses his speed, and he forechecks with the best of them. I hope that he can get an opportunity, just like maybe a Ryan Carpenter by, bringing him up if we need a jolt of energy at some point in the season as well. Getting into the defensemen, I thought every single one of these guys had a great game. None of them made costly mistakes and really played as a 5-man unit with the forwards very well. Coach Quinn talks about it a lot, where he wants his guys to, play as a unit. The D should be supporting the offense in the rush. The forwards should support the D while back checking. The defensemen really stepped up in all 3 zones last night. 1, they made the right pinches in the offensive zone. 2, they clogged the neutral zone. And 3, they cleared out the front of the net and kept the other team wide, as opposed to letting them get in front of the net and screening the goalie. I felt like there was a couple, 2-on-1s that were let up, but Kakkonen was there to save it. So good for Kakkonen. It was also nice to see Ty Emerson play his first game in Teal, as he played a defensive stalwart type game. He made the right reads and made, a great chip play along the boards a few times. And he just did the little things while breaking out of the defensive zone that wins hockey games. So good on Ty Emerson. It was a nice showing for his first game. I just wonder, is that his game all the time? Does he have defensive lapses? I'm not sure. That was one game but it was a really good game to watch from him. So we'll continue to evaluate his game. Overall, it was a great game by a lot of these Sharks players in a 2-0 win over the Las Vegas Golden Knights last night. There is one more preseason game for the San Jose Sharks on Thursday night versus the Los Angeles Kings at 6 p.m. at SAP Center in San Jose. From what I'm hearing, it seems like Coach Quinn wants to play a close lineup to what would be the opening night, lineup or roster. So it'll be interesting to see how Quinny puts the lineup, in, as I think obviously Blackwood will start the final preseason game. But Kakinen looked great throughout training camp and in this game. So I can't see him not getting the opening night start. Either way, I'll bring you guys, a Sharks preview tomorrow before the tune-up of the regular season and before the season starts. But that is going to be it for me. Though my name is Jacob Boyd, and I'm with Hello Sharks fans. If you like this content, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Give me some feedback, Sharks fans. I would much appreciate that. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.